And for more, let's bring in former U.S. Army intelligence officer Michael Pregent. Also with us is former Europe, Africa, and Middle East editor for the Associated Press, Dan Perry. Thank you for being with us.
Dan, does the regime need to sign a peace deal right away? Or are they looking to draw this conflict out as long as possible? I mean, we've seen this go back and forth for, what are we at? Still over 60 days now.
Well, historically, they have always wanted to draw out negotiations as long as possible. And so these mutual threats in public, I don't think, are being taken very seriously by either side. The reality, though, is that the Iranians clearly believe that they can outlast the West. No matter how much damage they absorb, the West isn't prepared for 3, 4, 5, 6 months of an economic crisis. And when they look at the West and when they look at the geopolitical landscape, they're seeing divisions between the Americans and the Europeans, caused, of course, largely caused by the actions of the administration over the past year and a half. And I think it would be extremely wise of the Americans to make up with the Europeans very quickly so that if the war resumes or if a long-term blockade is needed with the attendant economic pain for the rest of the world, the Iranians will see a united front. And that obviously is part of what Rubio is trying to accomplish.
Okay, so Dan, the president also talked about a ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia.
President Putin agreed, President Zelensky agreed, both readily, and we have a little period of time where they're not going to be killing people. That's very good. And they also agreed to give 1,000 on each side, 1,000 prisoners back. So they're going to be transferring almost immediately 1,000 prisoners from each side. That's very good. Russia, Ukraine.
You plan to talk to them again to try to
get
this
I will. I'd like to see a big extension.
So he says that this could be the beginning of the end for the long war, the years-long war. Do you think that that's what this ceasefire means?
Ceasefire is a gesture of good faith, largely from Zelensky, to allow Putin to stage his appearance at the Victory Day parade in Moscow. I'm sure the Russians appreciate that. Do they really want to extend a ceasefire? A rational government would. Russia has just completed a period of time roughly equivalent to that during which the Soviet Union fought the Nazis, and that ended up at the gates of Berlin. Meanwhile, during the 4 years that Putin has been attacking Ukraine, I think the front moved about 20 miles at the end of the day. They can't be very happy about it. There are increasing reports of tension, not only in Russian society, but also in the inner circle in the Kremlin. So it's conceivable, not certain, but conceivable, that even Putin is looking for an exit ramp. And on the Ukrainian side, recent polls have shown the public is also growing weary of the war and less inclined to fight to the finish to reclaim Donbass. Some sort of an accommodation where Ukraine, in one form or another, agrees to freeze the lines and enter a prolonged peace negotiation is possible. It would be foolish to predict it, but the signs are there that both sides are growing tired of a war that's headed nowhere.
Michael, same question to you. What do you think this ceasefire means?
Well, the president's trying to get a victory here to be able to say that he imposed a ceasefire with Lebanon and Israel, with Iran, and now with Russia. The problem is there's no enforcement mechanisms. Putin knows he can escalate anytime Trump starts talking about, the parity between Zelensky and Putin. Anytime Trump meets with Zelensky, Putin increases his attacks. There's no enforcement mechanism. So these ceasefires are in name only.
Dan Perry, Michael Pregent, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.